Hello and welcome back to another breaking news update. My name is Jimmy Boyd and you are watching Boyd News. I want to thank you so much for tuning in today. I've got some breaking news coming out here for you. So, once again, I know I just put a video out this morning, but we've got more attacks inside of Russia again. So, Ukraine is just launching massive and massive amounts of drones into Russia here in the last few days. And a lot of this is due to the elections that are going on. And we know that Ukraine is doing a lot, whatever they can here to disrupt these elections. So we've got three more oil refineries here that are potentially hit. Okay, we do know for sure one here on your screen. This is the Surzan refinery. Okay, all these refineries that you see here listed on your screen, they were all in the Samara region. I'm going to show you on a map here in just a minute, roughly about where these are located. And yeah, again, we've got three more attacks on separate oil facilities here, and Ukraine is really ramping up their attacks here like crazy. And I just reported on some this morning. There was at least one or two that were hit just yesterday, and just over the last few days, there's probably been upwards of 7 or 8, maybe more, of these oil facilities that have been targeted, and many of them have been hit, according to Kiev's SBU intelligence here. So yeah, Kiev's SBU intelligence, they said that they supposedly struck all these three here. So there's Surzan refinery that you see in the video here, and two other ones. These are kind of hard to say. Novo Kuibishevsky and Kuibishevsky. So two other oil refineries in the same region. These are all again in the Samara region. Okay. And these two, they're claiming they hit those as well. The Novo Kuibishevsky and the Kuibishevsky oil refinery as well. But some of the local governors were coming out from that area and saying that they thwarted these attacks, that these did not happen. But we know for sure that there's a fire here, according to this video, that the Surzan oil facility was hit and caught on fire here. So let me get this pulled up here for you, and let's take a look at this on a map. So let's see this here, okay? So I'm going to show you right about where these attacks happened at. Okay, so here's Russia and Ukraine. Okay, Ukraine's over here. So they were firing these drones from the this region, eastern side of Ukraine, all the way over here. This is probably about at least 1,000, maybe 1,200 kilometers. That's how far these drones can travel. Okay, they can travel so much further than most people can probably think. Okay, most people probably think they only go a few hundred miles or something, but no, these are going like well over 1,000 kilometers deep inside Russia over here. Okay, so Moscow's over here, and we just reported this Nizhny Novgorod over here that got hit. That one was pretty deep, so it's roughly about the same range here. So it looks like these drones can definitely travel as far as this range out here, way past Moscow. So here's the Samara region over here. It's on the southern side of Russia, and I'll kind of show you the area of where these were hit. So Surzan is over here on the western side of the region. This is the Samara Oblast region, by the way. All these red lines here. Okay, and then we had an attack here in Surzan. Okay, and another one here was this Novo Kuibishevsky. I don't really know how to pronounce that, to be honest, but there's a oil refinery in this area here, supposedly. And then down here in the south, let me try to find this again. See if I can find it. It was down here. Here it is, right here. So here's Kuibishevsky. I think this is where another oil refinery is at, is down here. So we had this one hit here, this one, Nova Kuibishevsky, and Surzan. So these three regions here were definitely targeted. Okay, so again, it's pretty crazy that so far deep into Russia, these drones are able to travel. Okay, so I'm going to be showing you some more information here. Got another article here from the Kiev Post. So let's talk about some of these other refineries that have been hit. Okay, so two more Russian oil refineries targeted in overnight drone assaults. I think in this article they only talk about two of them. That was the Novobishevsky and the Surzan, and then the this other one, the other Kuibishevsky. I know I'm probably not saying that right, but that one was actually reported on Reuters that there was a third one supposedly that was attacked. We don't know if there was a fire or anything like that, but I'll give you the information here for these two. Two Russian oil refineries in the Samara region, one in Surzan and another in Novo-Kuybishevsky, were targeted in an overnight drone attack early on Saturday, March 16th. Excuse me, so just early this morning. Reports indicate that a fire broke out at the Surzan refinery following a drone strike, scorching an area of approximately 500 square meters. So, definitely a major blast here. There was lots of video footage coming out online, but that's the video there that I showed you. You can clearly see that it's on fire there, and firefighter crews were there trying to put the blaze out. Okay. So it continues on here saying Dmitry Azarov, the regional governor, confirmed the incident, stating that the oil processing facility was ablaze, but there were no casualties as per Interfax. Azarov further disclosed an attempted drone assault on the Novo-Kuybishevsky refinery, which he claims was thwarted. So, again, that's where the governor said that this Novo-Kuybishevsky refinery was protected, that somehow it didn't get hit. However, contrary claims from Baza suggest a fire did occur at the Novo-Kuybishevsky refinery, albeit swiftly extinguished. There was no reported casualties. So, possible there was a fire. I think Ukraine's SBU intelligence service was saying as well that supposedly they had successful attacks on all of these three oil refineries that we're talking about here. But the major one that was hit was the Surzan that I showed you on that video, okay, which is this video here. Safety and security of our region facilities are of utmost priority, the governor said, issuing directives to relevant authorities and departments to ensure heightened protection measures. These attacks mark a continued onslaught against Russian oil enterprises with more than 15 incidents. Look at that. 15 incidents recorded since the start of the year, guys. Some of these I believe I wasn't even able to report on. There's just so many that are getting hit in just a short time period here. It's only been, we're only in the 3.5 months into the year, and we've already had at least 15 of these oil facilities that either came under attack or were actually hit. Many of them were actually hit by these drones, okay? Ukrainian robot planes aimed mostly at energy infrastructure and in some attacks struck hundreds of kilometers deep inside Russia. So I want to show you this here too. This is some information here from an energy expert, and he's talking about the effects of gasoline and how it's affecting Russia's economy. So I wanted to share this with you. Tom O'Donnell, Ukrainian allies oil price cap, in conjunction with Ukraine's drones' physical damage, could be a significant hit to Russian revenues. So we've already been getting lots of news about this. I've reported on this as well, that we're upwards of like 10 to 12% of Russia's production has been affected here. And it says right here, first off, although these refineries hit by Ukrainian drones yesterday represent about 12% of Russia's production, experience shows that they might not each be totally impaired from production. Nevertheless, there are two particularly significant implications for Russia, O'Donnell said in an exclusive interview with Kiev Post. So he's talking about the recent attacks, right? But what I'm mentioning here is that I had reports that upwards of 10 to 12% of Russia's overall oil output, all their refineries, everything that they do over there, there's been about 10% to 12% of affected oil output. Okay, that's a pretty significant amount of damage there. If you think about that, if they're making billions and billions a year off this, just 10% could be, tens of billions or even more, in lost revenue here. So they're definitely taking a major hit here, even though these attacks seem small and it might just be a refinery here and there. It's costing them, whenever they have to put out their the fires here at these facilities, it makes the plant shut down for a period of time, maybe for hours or days or who knows. And during that time that these plants are shut down, that's lost revenue for the economy of Russia. First, whatever percentage of Russian refined oil products this impairs, the damage will both deprive the war economy of needed export revenues and or of much needed fuels to keep the domestic war economy running. Already, Russia had announced it will ban the export of gasoline from March 1st in order to tame prices for consumers in the run-up to the presidential elections mid-month. In 2023, about 17% of Russian gasoline was exported. So, yeah, they have, I did know that they banned the export of gasoline, which is kind of interesting as well. I know they're trying to maintain their prices, but it makes you wonder if they're also preparing for something like a potential widening of the war here as well. Wholesale gasoline prices have already surged to a 6 month high, prompting the government to impose restrictions on fuel exports. Bloomberg reports suggest that the raids in March have affected approximately 12% of the country's refining capacity. So there you go, right there, just like I told you. So, right around 12% of the country's refining capacity has been affected by these attacks. That's how effective these drone strikes have been. And I've been telling all of you that these were going to ramp up heavily here over the next few days because of the elections going on. And Ukraine wants to make Russia look, or Vladimir Putin, I should say, make him look as weak as possible. So that way people either don't, maybe they don't want to vote for him or they might try to change something. They're trying to make it appear as if he's not a good leader, to make him look bad during this election right now, because obviously he has really high chances here of winning this election. As far as we know, there's really no running mates that are running against him that have any chance of trying to win this election. So he's expected to win this here in the next couple days, or actually tomorrow, I believe. And yeah, so expect these attacks to continue here. I'm going to be putting out more videos. We're probably going to have in the next few hours another attack on more oil facilities, because Ukraine is definitely targeting these particularly. Okay. So let me know what you think down below. This is very crazy what's happening over here. Things are just absolutely exploding across Russia. I'm going to be having a lot more information coming out here on other subjects regarding Russia here. Lots and lots of news. So I appreciate you being here. If you got something out of this video, please smash the like button for this video. And if you enjoy my content, please consider subscribing down below. Hit the notification bell. That way YouTube can notify you. And with that, I hope y'all have a great day. Thanks again so much for tuning in for this update. Everybody take care and God bless. We'll see you in the next one.